Hey guys, this is Nathan, and this is MDF3, week 2. So, this week went very well for me, and I'll show you guys in a minute what I mean by that. So what I did for my project is that I made an app where it's meant for kind of like a hands-free tutorial. What I'm using is like a cooking video from YouTube in it. And the premise of it is that your hands get nasty whenever you're cooking and doing some other things. And so by having it where you use the proximity sensor instead of a button to control the video playback, you're able to actually still use your phone's video capabilities without without having to worry about washing your hands over and over again or anything like that. So the other thing is that I did video playback for the first option. I did proximity sensor for the second option, and then for the third I did battery. Basically what I have set up to do is it gives some alerts about the battery stuff that's kind of more just diagnostics at the moment. But then also after you get below 15% battery life, it will actually force turn off the proximity sensor. Anyways, without further ado, I'll open up my app. Sorry that I'm doing this kind of archaic manner of opening it and showing you guys everything. I swear it does not look that pink in real life. It's actually a really deep purplish color. But so press the play button to start tutorial, then hover your hand over the proximity sensor to enable video playback. Video will automatically pause when your hand is removed. So that's just kind of helper text I have. I once again went with that type of full screen view. I thought it was very nice for something like this. So if I do play tutorial, you see it says the battery diagnostic stuff. And if I actually click on here, you can see buttons for stop and disabling the sensor. If you click again, you can actually see some of your manual controls. Now what it's set to do is it's set to play anytime you hover over that proximity sensor, and anytime you pull away, it'll pause it immediately. And so this is kind of neat because, like, for this, typically whenever you're doing a tutorial, you're gonna watch, you know, exactly what's going on whenever it's going on that you need. And so with this, you know, he's talking about some meat stuff, and so you know, normally I wouldn't be able to pause. I could see, okay, he's talking about cutting off the fat, so I'm gonna go cut off the fat now, and it pauses right where I was at. And then whenever I come back, I just hover again, and it's kind of nice. So I also have it where if you don't want that, you can disable the sensor. You can see it's not doing that anymore, and you know, I'm not pausing it by doing that anymore. And of course you can re-enable it from right there. Now I have found a thing where if I do it that way, it actually switches the order that it does. So it'll switch sometimes to instead of you having to hover to play it, it'll hover to pause it instead. So that's been kind of weird. But then also, if you want to stop the video, you just stop it. Now I have it where it diagnoses, you know, your battery life for any time you click that play tutorial. Anytime you click that, it will give you that dialogue telling you how to control it, and also telling you your battery life. And I have it set up to be charging, tells you what you're charging with. Have it set up then to tell you if you're between 50 and 100, 25 and 50, below 25, and then below 15. And at below 15, at below 25, it actually gives you a thing saying, look, after you drop below 15, we're going to turn off that sensor. Then after you get below 15, it tells you, you know, the sensor is now off, and it gives you a little bit different directions to play stuff. Anyways, that is that. Sorry about having to go about it in that manner. This is my code. It's kind of a mess. This is where it goes through all of the alerts right here. And then, let's see. Yeah, it's not the most beautiful code, but it's not horrible either. And let's see, let's answer the rest of these. What do I feel I've learned that I haven't learned in Java that I know in Objective-C? still core data stuff, but we really didn't learn that in Objective-C either, so that's seeming to be something we need to teach ourselves. What would I have done differently if I could? I really can't think of anything this week. I'm really happy with how this turned out. List a few things that could use more clarification. I felt the power stuff needed more clarification. The stuff I ended up using for the battery was completely different on some levels from what we were shown in the video, or at least it seemed completely different. There's some similarities. So that's one thing, but it might just be I found a different way of doing it. So anyways, that's all I've got for this week. Thank you guys for watching my odd video setup, and I hope you guys had a wonderful week, and hope you have a great next week. Thank you. Good night.